Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is Nico here with Our Brown Farmhouse, and the work continues. When you own land or have a homestead, there's always going to be projects. And continuing with the series that we've been on, this is part 3 of a series of just a lot of the projects that we do, once or twice a year, spring cleaning, if you will. So buckle in and join us for this ride, and you'll get to see us knock out some projects today, and hopefully you enjoy.
Hey, Thor.
I love how curious the animals always are whenever something new is around. They'll make a toy out of anything. So over time, the boy goats fighting on both sides of the fence line literally push these posts over this way. So just getting them straight again, using that compactor tool. So just compacting the dirt again so that the post will stay upright.
Pretty sure I just saw a baby snake.
This area right here, when we first moved in, was a burn pit. The previous owner probably had like a 4x4 square here of cinder blocks, about 3 foot high, 4 foot high. And then inside of it was a burn pit. And when we first moved in here, we used this burn pit to dispose of trash and things like that. And maybe about 14 months ago, we finally took the time to pay for trash services. So now every Wednesday we get our trash picked up. But finally getting this cleaned up, it's just been sitting here with, scraps and trash and things like that in it. So right here I'm collecting wood that we had in there burning, anything that could go to a burn pile essentially. I'm collecting that, and then, going to come back and get all the trash out. So these spools of fencing I found while picking up all of this moss. So anytime it rains, we go ahead and just clean the yard, pick up the moss, just to keep things nice, clean, and beautiful, right? So that's what this is. But while doing that, I was digging a little and found these spools. How cool is that? Plan on using them for decor.
And even now, when we are old, stay in my heart, 'cause I wouldn't know how to move on. Even now, when time has passed, I owe you all, 'cause I could not bring myself to try. Yeah, even now, when we
this was just a lazy day, midday for the animals. But finally gonna dump the scraps, and there we go. You can see how windy it is. You'll see the cameras fall over a couple of times here in the video, but this is our burn pile in our back pasture. So gonna put all that debris here, and we'll end up burning this one day. So at the advice of many of you, just wanted to place some type of border between the grass and the rocks. Underneath the rocks, there is a weed mat. Just wanted to ensure that no weeds or grass or anything like that grows into the rock area. So these are some landscape timbers. They're like $5 a piece, so $15 total. And that should get the job done. Another thing I wanted to do is to stop the goats from fighting on the fence line during mating season. And we could put a pasture in between the bucks so that they wouldn't see each other and not fight. But, you know, this system works for us, so we like to do it this way. We'll probably switch it up next year. But to stop them from fighting and damaging the fence even more, putting up hot wire along these two sides of the fence just to add to our hot wire system that we already have in like 90% of our pastures. So setting that up, and it's so funny how the goats mess with everything. They're knocking, you'll see they're knocking cameras over, and they're trying to mess with all the materials I have out there. Just such curious animals.
Stop. Stop.
Take heed where you ramble, or too soon you will go. Way up on the hillside, flowers grow. Well, he met in the springtime. The sunset.
Hey, go.
Two star-crossed lovers in the still
Spirit,
melting snow.
Come on, Spirit.
Where the loving was and the courting was brief. Well, they called her a beauty. They called him a thief. In the quiet of the evening, they'd steal away where the laughter would flow and the fiddle would play. Well, the folks called it wrong, but hell, it seemed alright. In the sun-painted picture, and the day turned to night. Come up on the hillside, we'll have a time. If you'll bring the kisses, honey, I'll bring the wine. Keep your heart guarded, or too soon it'll fall. When one walks back home, honey, only one knows it all. Well, she walked up the hillside alone one day, and the heart is a hunter, always knows of its prey. And her father's old pistol hanging loose by her side. When she aimed once, she never shot twice. Well, the air was so still, the sky was so blue. Before she could see them, the laughter she knew. She heard two shots ring out down in the town. There was three on the hillside, but only one headed down. I was just a baby, but I remember that day when I walked up the hillside, saw two mounds of clay. I'll always remember, and I'll never go back up the hillside where the new flowers grow. Back up the hillside where the new flowers grow.
If you've ever tightened any of these up, whether you're doing fencing or any other project, you know, of course you want to get it nice and tight, but it could be kind of scary because if you tighten it too much, you could, you know, break it. And of course that wire is going to come flying back at you. So I'm always a little hesitant anytime I'm tightening wires, but here I'm just showing how tight everything is. Nice and tight, not touching the wood. I did cut that clip off that's hanging there so no one pokes into it. But yeah, nice and tight, like the strings on a guitar. So, you see the poop? That's from them today. I've had them both in the cage so I could work quickly. But we spray it into here. It runs down, 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 down into the ground where we have some pickle barrels buried. And inside the pickle barrel, there's different layers of things, just like a septic tank. And every now and then, we have to help the system out a little bit because Zeus is a poop machine. So, you know, there could be some buildup. So we help the system out a little bit and probably do this like once a year, literally. So not that labor intensive. Outside of doing this once a year, it stays nice and clean. So can't beat that. All right, Natalie, so what happened?
I was trying to come home.
So
No,
what
I was
happened?
just driving from work and then on the phone with my mom and it fell off on the highway, on the turnpike.
Her front bumper literally just fell off. And apparently this is a part of a Toyota recall. But how dangerous is this? Like, this is the Florida Turnpike, if you're not familiar with Florida. So and you can see how fast cars are traveling. Speed limit is what, 75 miles an hour?
It was 70, but you know.
Most people go 80,
Yeah.
which we're not going to say how fast you were going, but yeah, this is not cool. So we're documenting this not only because we document things, but just in case Toyota tries to, you know, not do the right thing, because this is part of a known recall.
But
And
they don't have a resolution yet.
yep, there's no solution. And the last time we were at the dealership, Natalie asked them about it,
Yeah.
and they did nothing. So, hey, we're documenting this. We have roadside out here. You can see his vehicle, and obviously you can see him. He's trying to get us back on the road so we could bring it to the Toyota dealership tomorrow.
Yeah, because this is restricted access.
Yeah.
So tow trucks, our insurance can't
Yeah.
tow truck out here.
On this toll road, only they can service it. So, yeah. What a night.